Hey everyone, and welcome back. We've got another deep dive for you today. And this one's about something that could actually put money in your pocket, up to $1,400.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. We're talking real money here potentially hitting your bank account soon, all based on some recent news from the IRS.
Okay, so we've got articles from CBS News, the LA Times, and NPR here, all covering this pretty unexpected development. The big news, the IRS is getting ready to send out over $2 billion
Mm.
in additional stimulus payments. That's billion with a B.
Yeah, I gotta emphasize though, this isn't a new stimulus package. It's about the IRS making sure that anyone who is eligible for the 2021 stimulus but didn't receive it gets their payment.
Right. I bet a lot of people were going through a lot back then, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe missed some notices or something.
Exactly. And to make sure things go smoothly, IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel has said they're really trying to make this as easy as possible for people. Their focus is on getting this money to eligible taxpayers without creating more hassle.
That's good to hear. Because dealing with the IRS can be, well, let's just say it's not usually known for being simple.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, this is where the Recovery Rebate Credit comes in. For those who didn't get their stimulus back in 2021, they could have claimed this credit on their 2021 tax returns. But as you can imagine, a lot of people didn't for various reasons.
Okay, so for those of us who are not tax experts,
Mm-hmm.
can you break down exactly what this credit is and how it works?
Sure. The Recovery Rebate Credit was basically a way for people to claim the missing stimulus money when they filed their taxes. So if someone was eligible for, say, $1,400 but never received it, they could claim that amount as a credit, which would reduce the tax they owed or even increase their refund.
So the key takeaway for our listeners is, if you filed your 2021 taxes but maybe left that recovery rebate credit section blank, keep an eye on your bank account. You might have a nice surprise coming your way.
Absolutely. And the best part is you don't have to apply or do anything. The IRS is sending these payments automatically. They're starting to go out this month, December 2024, and most payments should be there by late January 2025.
I saw in the LA Times article that these payments will probably arrive right around the holidays. That's like a gift from the IRS.
Yeah, it is pretty timely. And of course, there are income requirements, which the LA Times also outlines. To be eligible for the original stimulus, individuals had to make under $75,000 a year or under $150,000 as a household.
That makes sense. And here's something really important from the NPR article. If you haven't filed your 2021 taxes yet, there's still time. You have until April 15, 2025 to claim the recovery rebate credit.
That's right. Even if you didn't have much or any income in 2021, filing your taxes could get you this payment. This isn't like the IRS is waiting for you to ask for the money. They're actively trying to get it out there. You know, it's really interesting to think about the impact this is going to have. We're talking about millions of people who could be getting this money.
Yeah, especially with the holidays coming up. It makes you think about all the people who could really use this. Families struggling to get by, people on fixed incomes, folks still recovering from job losses during the pandemic. This could be huge.
Absolutely. It's not just about a few extra dollars. For a lot of people, this is about breathing room, being able to catch up on bills, maybe even having something left over for savings.
Right. It could be the difference between a nice holiday meal or having to skip it, or being able to fix the car, or just having peace of mind knowing there's a little cushion.
Yeah.
It's almost like one of those feel-good holiday movies where some unexpected money comes along and changes everything.
Uh-huh. I like that analogy. And it's not just the immediate relief either. This money going back into communities will have a ripple effect. It can really boost local economies.
Oh, totally. Think about small businesses seeing an increase in sales,
Mm.
or local restaurants getting a few extra customers. It shows that economics isn't just about numbers and graphs. It's about real people and the impacts these decisions have on their lives.
You know what's fascinating to me is that this whole thing kind of came out of nowhere. The IRS could easily just ignored this, but they actually decided to try and get this money back to the people.
That's true. It also makes me wonder if there are other things people are missing out on. Maybe this will encourage people to look into it more.
That's a really good point. It's a reminder to double check and be proactive. Make sure you're not leaving any benefits on the table. There's often help available, but sometimes it's hard to figure out the system.
So to any of our listeners who are thinking, wait a minute, maybe I should look at my 2021 taxes again, we say go for it. Do your research. Explore all your options. You never know what you might find.
I completely agree. Being informed is crucial, especially now when every dollar counts. Who knows, maybe some people will even learn more about taxes from this whole thing, which is never a bad thing.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's about taking control of your finances and being empowered.
And that's a powerful message, especially as we head into the holidays.
This whole thing has got us thinking. What if this is a much bigger conversation we need to be having about economic support and safety nets, right?
That's interesting. Because this situation where so many people are going to benefit from something they didn't even know they qualified for, it really shows there might be problems with how we talk about these programs.
Exactly. How many other programs are out there that people could be eligible for,
Yeah.
but they just don't know about them?
Maybe it's time to change how we communicate about these programs, like using simpler language and social media and working with groups in the community to reach people who might not hear about it otherwise.
Right. Not everyone is comfortable using government websites
Yeah.
or reading through pages of legal jargon. We have to meet people where they are, online in their communities, through channels they already trust.
Exactly. And if we can do that, we can change how people think about government assistance. It shouldn't feel like a burden or a last resort. It should be empowering.
I agree. It's about creating a system where people feel supported and encouraged to seek help without feeling ashamed or overwhelmed.
Absolutely. And it's not just about individuals. When people have the resources they need, it helps the whole community. It can boost the local economy, improve health outcomes, even strengthen relationships.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Mm.
we hope you're not just informed about these payments,
Mhm.
but also thinking about the bigger picture. What can we learn from this? How can we build a more supportive and inclusive society where everyone has a chance to thrive?
Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the resources and advocating for a more equitable system, we can all contribute to positive change.
This whole thing really makes you think. It's like the stimulus payment situation has shown us a blind spot.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, if people who qualify for this money are just finding out about it now, it makes you wonder what else is out there that people don't know about.
Exactly. What if we use this as a chance to learn? Instead of just focusing on this one payment, we could start a bigger conversation about how to communicate better about government assistance.
That's a great idea. We could definitely make information about these programs more accessible. Imagine using simple language in social media and working with organizations people already trust to get the word out.
That's what I'm talking about. Not everyone knows how to use government websites or understands all the legal terms. We need to meet people where they are, online in their communities through channels they already use and trust.
Right. And if we can do that, it can change how people feel about government assistance. It shouldn't be something to be ashamed of. It's about getting support when you need it.
Exactly. It should be empowering. We need a system where people feel comfortable asking for help without feeling overwhelmed or embarrassed.
And it's not just about individuals either. When people have what they need, it benefits the whole community. It helps the local economy, improves health, and even strengthens relationships.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we hope you're walking away with more than just information about these payments. We want you to think about the bigger picture. How can we build a better system where everyone has the chance to thrive?
Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the resources available and speaking up for a more fair system, we can all make a difference.
That's it for today's deep dive, everyone. We hope you found it helpful and interesting.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.